Hello, in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to see objects in terms of shapes and build a strong drawing based upon those shapes. So let's get started. Another name for the demonstration would be pass the vegetables, please. Although I have one fruit here. So I'm going to start with the simplest shape, which is the onion. I've already laid out a border on my 11 by 14 sheet of drawing paper. And so the first thing I want to do when drawing any object is get rid of any of the extraneous details and just see the main shape, which in this case would be sort of a circle with a point at one end. And I can even trace that shape in the air with my finger to get a sense of it. Okay, then using the side of my pencil, and I'm going to plop that. I'm going to start in this corner over here with this onion shape. And I use the side of my pencil to loosely drop that onion shape in place. Okay, then the next step is using the point, and I'm using a 2B charcoal pencil. Use the point of my pencil to loosely trace around the contour of that onion shape. I'm still ignoring this detail of the roots and the whatever that is, I guess the onion stalk. Okay, so I'm refining and defining that shape. There's going to end up being some of these, actually, I just put them in right now, these little rooty things. Okay, and then this will go off the page. This little tassel here. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. I will come back to that. Then I'm going to go on to the bell pepper and its overall shape, if I trace it with my finger and ignore the stem, is basically kind of a square or rectangle. So again, using the side of my pencil, I'm going to loosely plop that shape of the pepper in place. And it's good to do this loose because if I don't like the size, I can expand it or I can contract it. I can get it exactly the size I want. And now I'm going to loosely do that contour. I'm choosing for these objects not to touch. As I put other veggies in there, some of them may touch. And I like the vegetables because the shapes are kind of wonky. Now I'm going to go for the stem. The shapes are kind of wonky and forgiving. If I don't get it exactly correct, that's okay. I'm just trying to get a sense of that object. So now I'm just going around the contours of the pepper. Okay, I put that to the side. Now I'm going to do the pear, which is basically kind of a triangle shape. Okay, again, using the side of my pencil, I think I want the stem to go there. Okay, so there's the side of my pencil for the pear. Now I come in, I'm going to refine it a little bit, refine the contour. And I'm looking at the pear when I'm doing this. I'm not just randomly making this up. Okay, then here comes the stem. Okay, again, put that to the side. Now I'm going to go with this acorn squash, which is kind of circular oval, right? It's got a point at the end. Again, tracing it with my finger in the air, using the side of my pencil. I'm going to have a touch over here, and I don't have to make these true to size. I can make them larger or smaller. I'm going to make those two touch right there. And it's got this nub shape down there. Okay, now I'm going to go do the contour. refining and defining that outer shape. Okay, that's it for now. I'll come in later and do those striations. Now I'm going to do the garlic bulb, which is sort of a squat triangular shape. And I'll leave room for the tassel right about here. Okay, now I'm going to use the tip of my pencil. Okay, and it's got these segments where the bulbs are that go from this stem here down to where the roots would be. You can see all these lines. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my acorn squash. Again, these lines, they're not straight. They do a curved thing. So I've got to kind of, I can even feel it. Feel and observe that curve. Okay, back to the pepper. Over to the pear. Now the pear, it's got these blemishes, so I think with the tip of my pencil, I'm going to loosely put in some of these blemishes. And then with the side of my pencil, I can loosely put in some of the shading, the value that I see, just to give it a sense that it has some form, some dimension. Come back to the onion in a minute. Again, being very loose with this. Okay, now to the acorn squash. Okay, the garlic bulb. I'm going to use the tip of my pencil and just get some of these super fine striations in there. A little bit of shadowing. Okay, back to the onion. Okay, these tassels, roots at the end have a lot of character. Then, using the tip here, then what do you call it? The onion skin has really nice cracks and breaks in it that I can draw in. And then these lines, which curve, can get really lost in all these lines, but curve slightly. I'm just going to kind of give a suggestion of them. And again, little bit of shading to suggest dimension. Okay, when you get to this point, then what you might want to do is paint in the surrounding negative space so you can really see those objects clearly and their shapes. So I have one waiting in the wings here. I painted in with India ink and a sumi brush, and there it is, building with shapes, building vegetable shapes, simple forms, breaking them out down into basic shapes, and then building them up gradually with the contour lines, some interior details, and some shading.